Part of it is I'm still not used to my office being purple and orange.
What's wrong with purple and orange?
Nothing. It's just,
I love you. You love me. Oh,
it looks very Halloweeny. Yeah, you're not supposed to sing to me. I thought there was like some rule about that.
what about a weenie? I'm
So I
listening.
wanted to tell you the story.
Here's a story.
Not that story,
Oh, okay.
a different one. I got an email a couple weeks ago and it said, "Hi, Vickie, this is Kevin Love. I don't know if you remember me, but I sat next to you on an airplane a couple years ago on a flight between Reno and Las Vegas. And I've been following you on Facebook, and I'd like to talk to you about hiring you to come down to my engineering company in Las Vegas and do a training for my staff."
Wow.
And I just thought that was so fun, like to get a message like that 2 years later and be like, wow, in that short, and it's not a long flight from Reno to Vegas.
No,
It's
it's like up
you're
and down.
maybe an hour total on the
Okay.
plane. And but obviously enough conversation happened that we created a connection. And he does follow my page, and he did send me a friend request. So we haven't had a ton of interaction, but every now and then, especially because when I'm posting stuff when I'm in Las Vegas, some of his stuff will start popping up, and so we've seen the occasional family picture and stuff for each other. But it was just really cool, and I'm super excited because it's just further proof that the message of understanding personality types is so relevant across the board. And I mean, obviously, I do a lot of speaking in the wedding industry because that's my primary industry,
Sure.
and then I do some speaking too in the teaching world because that's what I did before weddings. But to be asked to do something like this just completely outside of my regular network, and to hear people say, you know what, I work with a bunch of engineers, and we need help getting along, and we need help understanding the other personality types. So I'm real excited. And it's not even a traditional workshop that they're asking for, like a standalone, like I did the last two
Mm-hmm.
in Canada. He sent a very specific proposal, which in and of itself was hilarious. And eventually I'll probably have a blog post about it, but it was all
Nice.
bullet pointed and sub bullets and of all of the things that they wanted included. And I just was laughing and like, yeah, I do kind of get engineering. My dad was an engineer, and two of my three brothers have engineering degrees. And so I get that culture, and I get the stereotypes are often true in that, and what you would expect from certain personality types that gravitate towards that career choice. But it was just, yeah, it was funny to see. And but it's going to be fun because what they really want me to do is send me tests down ahead of time and have everyone on the staff take those tests, send them back to me, and then have me do some pre-assessment evaluations and kind of try to discover a little bit the culture of the company, and
Absolutely.
just and then go down and do a training with them. And then what I added into the proposal that I just sent back yesterday was I'd also like to go down the day before the workshop and just do some observation with the
Mm-hmm.
company, since it is outside of my regular, industry and my area of expertise. I feel like I want to make sure that I'm doing my homework as best I can, and then also just understanding what I am assuming to be a lot of what I call blues and greens that are
Yep.
drawn into that field.
Right.
They typically, especially the blues, tend to take longer before they trust someone.
Mm-hmm.
So for me to just show up and be like, hey, here I am, this is what we're going to do today, I'd really rather meet them, some of them one-on-one, briefly, even just the day before, and then do the workshop. So,
Well,
and then go ahead.
I think it's smart what you touched upon. I've got a speaking engagement coming up here in about a week and a half from now. Not this coming Tuesday, but the following Tuesday, up at Michigan Tech University. And when I asked the contact for what's the people that I'm speaking in front of, what's their backgrounds? Can you
Mhm.
give me some history or some knowledge about them? I was just it's just some IT students from, Purdue and, Tech and,
Okay.
other places kind of thing, other colleges. And I'm like, that's kind of a big deal. And I think it's so important, something you touched upon that, again, I don't know if we all do this. And I think this is important to drive home here on the podcast because we here in the podcast are not just here to talk about Vickie's and Mitch's exploits. Uh, we're here to share with you some knowledge and hope you get something out of this too as a viewer. And the biggest thing I think you can take away from what Vickie just said is do your homework. And it's something we stress in the Sales and Solutions workshop, and that's research your client.
Yep.
And that's really step one, is researching your client and finding out whatever you can, not to be stalkerish, but just to improve your communication skills when you finally do meet.
Well, I think you were the first one that put it this way. You said your clients are Googling you, so why shouldn't you Google them? And that just makes so much sense. And exactly, it's not about being stalkerish, but it's about doing, my due diligence to create the best connections I can. And in order to do that, I know I have to understand the other person. I already know me. I know what works for me. I know how I want the day to go, but it's not about me.
Right.
It's at the end of the day, whether we're talking about my clients at a wedding or we're talking about this engineering company that has admitted they've got some problems with their staff and somehow they think I can help them. It all goes back to what you say is I want to be a solution. And in order to do that, I have to know who they are. And so
it's so huge. I'm pretty sure I got that concept first. And again, I always want to give credit where credit is due.
That's what I was trying to do.
I think, it didn't come from me originally, though. I think it came from Jim Cerrone, our good tall friend, who will be invited next year to speak at the WOW conference, right?
Yes, I hope. Yes, I've got to work that out. I messaged him about that yesterday, actually.
Oh, cool. Awesome.
I did. Yeah, so, I love that man.
Yeah, Jim is the consummate gentleman, always caring, always leading quietly.
Yes. Yes, he's a different part of the personality spectrum than you or I.
Yes, definitely. But we still love some Jim Cerrone. So
yes,
check out Jim Cerrone. I think it's just Google Jim Cerrone. You'll find him. He's a tall Italian guy, Really poor Italian accent. But no, do your homework and find out from your clients what they want. That video we just put up at Tailored Weddings of the groom doing the girl with blonde hair rap, that was all about just discovering what the groom wanted to create. He had the idea and he created the lyrics for it. I just gave him the best timing of when to do it, set it up so that it could flow smoothly into the event and when it would fit. You don't always have to be the content creator, but you do have to be the facilitator in most cases.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So fun topic though. And I wanted to share that story because I just thought that was really cool. And I think the other side of that coin is that we seem to try to compartmentalize our life. Now I'm going to a networking event. Now I'm going to do advertising. Now I'm going to do this. And we don't realize that, especially for those of us, me as a speaker and us as small business owners, we are our brand. And you're always on. You don't know when you're going to meet that next potential client or that next person who might want to refer you or who can benefit from your services. And you have to just be ready for that. So, don't go on an airplane without a business card. Don't go anywhere without a business card, and be ready to be genuine. I connected with this gentleman because of the simple fact I think he just started the conversation by asking me what I was going to Vegas for.
Right.
And, it was just a real basic. And it was like, oh, I'm speaking at a conference. Oh, what do you speak on? Oh, you're an engineer. My dad was an engineer, and I'm just finding that common ground. But obviously it resonated and you need to be prepared to do that anywhere because you just never know.
Well, creating that common connection is so important. Without finding that common ground, similar likes, similar interests, finding something that connects the two of you together, you're going to be hard pressed to earn a sale, and it's much easier to win the friendship first by
Mhm.
having that common ground together on something.
Exactly. Well, and in this case, I didn't go to the flight thinking, oh, I'm going to try to book a corporate gig, you know?
Right.
It was just like we created, there was a little bit of a connection, and we, something I said resonated, and it was just easy. And it was fun. So one thing I added to that proposal that they didn't ask me for, and I'll
Okay.
see how it plays out. And this is in part based on some of the comments that I received from my workshop attendees this last week, and in part in preparation for my next book that I'll be starting this summer, because my publisher announced that it's supposed to be done by the end of the year, and I haven't started it yet.
Awesome.
But next is Personalities for Families. And based on some of the comments from some of the folks that I interacted with at last week's workshop, they asked for a couples workshop. And so I added that as an option, that apart from the training I do corporately, if any of their employees would like to come to a 2-hour evening event with their spouses, and then we can go over some of this stuff. Because what happens is every time I speak on this topic, even though I'm given a time slot and a topic, and I try to keep it really focused on whether it's sales or networking or business relationships, whatever it is,
Sure.
people, once you grasp it, once you start what I call seeing the world in color, you you can't help but apply it to other situations.
That's true.
So if I spend a whole afternoon with all of the people at this office, you know that anybody in there that's married or in a serious relationship is going to start in their mind applying this to their significant other. So
Absolutely.
why not create that opportunity and have some time to make sure that they're all speaking that same language?
Well,
So
there's no reason not to
it'll be fun.
capitalize on it because it's going to make their relationships both internal and external. Internally with the ones they love and whoever they're connected to
Mhm.
in a lifelong relationship, and then externally with their corporate structure and their employee status, if you will, with the company, the engineering
Mhm.
firm. It's only going to improve all the way around. And when you can improve employee morale all the way around, it's a win-win-win for everybody.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm supposed to hear back by the end of the week. The office manager is out in Phoenix today and tomorrow,
Cool.
but they said they'll talk about it and try to get back to me by Friday. So should be
Cool.
fun.
Cool.
So speaking of connections,
Yes.
a little interaction that you and I had this morning really made me laugh.
Uh-oh.
Did you catch that when I emailed you? I got a text from a friend of mine asking me about referrals for DJs in Massachusetts.
Yes.
And I messaged you, and then later I looked back at it and I went, that was funny that I worded it that way. Did you
Uh-huh.
catch what I said?
Yeah, I caught what you said. Do you want to explain to our viewers what you said?
Okay. Yeah,
All
it
two of
was
them?
just a real simple. Who do we know in Massachusetts?
We.
Yes. And
Ah.
it made me laugh because, and part of it, I think it speaks to how connected we are,
Yes.
but also just in our industry.
Mm-hmm.
But the level of confidence I have in you, if you tell me I recommend, this person or this person, that's really all I need to know. That's enough for me. And that's enough to tell my friend, hey, Mitch says you should call this person. He trusts them, I trust him, And obviously they're going to have to do their own interviewing and see who they connect with.
Absolutely.
But I just love that we are part of this bigger picture, that no matter where I'm looking, or where people are asking me about, I've got someone either that I know or I've got someone that that can help me, you know, connect to them.
Well,
So
and it's the same thing in regards to my book upcoming. And with the book, I just turned to you and said, okay, who do you recommend?
mhm.
Because I trust you.
Yeah.
And I know you're not going to steer me wrong in that regard. And so, from that standpoint, it was, I have a book agent. Let me get you in touch with her. And that's how it went down. And
Yep.
so, again, it goes on a fact of the people that you have in your inner circle, if you will, the people that you trust implicitly, if you
Hmm.
have a recommendation from them for something, that earns way more cred than just, oh, I heard about this guy from so and so, and this is why it's so important as a event DJ, mobile, weddings, mitzvah, whatever you're
Hmm.
doing, to establish those relationships with your venues, to establish those relationships with your fellow wedding pros, so that,
Absolutely.
as Bill Herman, a mentor of mine, has said, you want to be the guy. As soon as someone mentions DJ, oh, I got the guy for you. That's the guy you got to call right
Hmm.
there.
Or gal.
Or gal, exactly,
Just kidding.
absolutely, yes, no, absolutely, uh, and not to be sexist or anything, but no, absolutely, you want to be the go-to person,
Yeah. Perfect.
and
Exactly.
when you can have that kind of reaction from people who have seen you perform, you know you've made a phenomenal connection, and you know
Hmm.
that is exactly what you want to go with, and yeah, your
Hmm.
brand is heading in the right way,
Yeah.
heading in the right
Well,
direction.
and we want that with our clients, but the same is true in our peer-to-peer relationships with our colleagues. And I just look at how much information is available right now. I mean, the number of books and resources and magazines and podcasts and articles and blogs, there's so much out there. I mean, I could spend my entire day just on education and never actually do any real work.
Right.
And so I appreciate having those people that I trust, that know me, that I know, and I know that, our values and our business goals are kind of on the same path. And when, like, Dave Tournier sends me this link to a podcast the other day, and he says, if you don't already follow Tim Harris, stop what you're doing right now, click this link, and don't talk to me until you've listened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the relationship I have with Dave, I
Right.
was like, okay, I know who Tim Ferriss is, but no, I haven't been listening to his podcast.
He's the 4 hour
So
work week guy, right?
guess what I did? Yeah, yeah, he's the one.
Yeah.
But guess what I did? I stopped what I was doing and I clicked on the link. And you need that. You need people to kind of help you filter through. And not that I'm afraid of going out and trying something new, but when you have that relationship with someone and they say, hey, try this or listen to this. And that's why I appreciate people that actually listen to our podcast, both of you, for, telling your mom about what we do and sharing.
Hey, why is it got to be about my mom? Oh.
But to me, those when there's a relationship connected with that information, I love it when people click share and or like or whatever, heart it on Twitter, whatever you're doing. But to have someone, personally to say, hey, this is worth my time, and I think it'd be worth your
Yeah,
time, that means a lot. And that's, I think, why we're both so passionate about creating connections. It just makes
absolutely.
life better.
Well, and I want to give a shout out here. Hey, viewer. Hi, yes, you right there. Um, Whatever you want us to talk about in regards to connections, if you have some suggestions or you've got this burning question, not a burning, but a burning question that it's in your mind, comment down here, comment down there, and let us know
Hmm.
what it is. And we're happy to bring it up on the next time we shoot this podcast. Watch, and we'll say your name, and we'll give you a free T-shirt. Well, maybe not a free T-shirt, but we'll get your name mentioned.
You can
And
pick one on Mitch's closet.
I got some. They're pretty cool. It's you know what? Tell you what, the first person to comment and give us a show idea, I will send you a free Tailored Weddings T-shirt.
Wait, I don't even have a tailored wedding shirt.
Yeah.
Can I comment? Just kidding.
I'll
Just
have
kidding.
to post what the T-shirts are.
Okay.
Actually, they're kind of his and hers. Um, did I share this with you before or no? No.
No.
Okay. So we have his and hers T-shirts at Tailored Weddings, and this is something we created for a bridal show giveaway. We still have some left over. The white ones on the back, the front says Tailored Weddings and the hashtag TW Love on the front, and on the back it has problems, like a baseball jersey where the person's name would be. It's in that big block, athletic
Uh-huh.
style, if you will. It says problems,
Okay.
and the number is 99 on the back of the guys. And on the ladies, it's got the black, like a scoop neck tee like this. And on the back of theirs is more of a female font where the groom's problems is. And the ladies says ain't and the number 1 on the back of the ladies.
Oh, that's good. Hey, yeah, you should send us a set.
We're a little sassy, we're a little edgy. What can I say?
Oh.
This has been Creating Connections podcast, episode 15. Is that right?
15, I think so.
I'm Gitomer certified advisor Mitch Taylor. If you want to know more information about where Vickie and I are speaking, or myself or Vickie, you can go to my website, mitchtaylor.net, or Vickie
at VickieMusni.com. So this is Vickie Musni, certified personality trainer.
That's easy for you to say.
See you next time. Some days. I say my name right at least.
Right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.